tes tes. Hello everyone, welcome to this press conference before Octagon 63. Tomorrow in Bratislava it goes down, the next tournament. We have a full card for tomorrow, and now you have the chance to ask some questions to the fighters you will see fighting tomorrow. This is the first part of the conference for about 20 minutes, and then we will have a second group for the press conference. So now it's time for your questions. Let me start with the promoters. Bratislava seems to be cursed because this time, once again, we lost the main fights. So how did you sort that out, and what are your next plans for Bratislava? Well, we did manage it. We sorted it out quite well, I would say. When I was doing one of these videos, I was very happy to see this card because this is really good for the fighters from here. So everything that's good is on this card. And in my opinion, this is an amazing card. I know that Carlos Vemola and Pirat, that was a huge fight, but there's nothing we can do about that. It's like when you have Real Madrid and then they play the B team, you know, it's not like that. Here we only have the A team on our card. And when I take a look to the left and to the right, a few years ago I would not have dreamt of this card. So we did manage to sort it out, and we will see if the fighters can face these huge challenges in front of them and manage to get the win. And for that, they need the support of home crowd. A question for Radek Rušel. Last two opponents really tested you a lot. You expected to go down, but you defended it. Do you expect this time going to the ground or not? Hi everyone. Yes, I tried it out in Bratislava, I tried it out in Brno. They were really tough fights, but I want to box. I want to really go to war. I really want to be entertaining for the fans. But it's tough, because standing up and striking, I'm very good at that. So everyone tries that out and tries to take me down. But I know that my opponent is good at striking too, so I think we can deliver what the fans want. One more question to Roman. You will have a very experienced fighter who fought Basharat, who's in UFC and used to be in Octagon too. So how were you preparing for that opponent? Or how did your preparation go? Hi everyone. So my preparation went like this. I had 4 or 5 weeks ago I had a fight in PML, so I was still in it all the time. My opponent is a very good fighter. He has many more fights and much more experience than me from different organizations. But that doesn't stop me from doing my best. I know how I train, and all I want to do is do what I want to do, and I want to focus on myself. I'm not focusing on my opponent. I don't care about how many fights he had. I just want to give it my all and win in Bratislava.
Samuel, MMA fanatik, otázka na Zumagulova.
A question for Zumagulov. How do you rate these organizations and the approach of Octagon compared to other organizations?
Я очень рад здесь драться в этой лиге, да, я именно выбрал Европу, мне Европа интересна, я во многих лигах дрался, все знают, что и UFC тоже дрался, да, и не вижу никаких отличий, вижу, что организация на высшем уровне, мне очень нравится.
Dobrý deň všetkým. V prvom rade chcel by som poďakovať
First of all, I'd like to thank the organization. I also used to fight in UFC, and now I can see that the European League is at a high level, and it's developing. I want to stay here and show everyone what I can do. A question for Karol Ryšavý. So your fight was postponed, probably because of an injury. did that limit you during your preparation? Of course, that's now fine. Of course, without that, I wouldn't take the match. I'd like to thank my opponent for taking the fight, even though we had to cancel or postpone the fight 1 week before it. But yeah, I mended the injury, and now I'm ready. Tomorrow there's nothing limiting me, and I'll give it my all. I'll show a great performance, and I want to get a finish.
Ešte mám na promotora otázku.
One more question for the promoters.
Vlastne zápas Palokaja s Ryšavým sa presunul.
The Palokaj-Rishavi fight was moved from Munich to Bratislava.
Napríklad takého Mareka Bartla.
What about Marek Bartl? Was he supposed to fight in Bratislava? No. Thank you.
Hi guys, Aaron, do you think this is the toughest test you've had in Octagon so far?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Zumagulov is the most experienced opponent I've fought. Been around the game a long time at a very high level and has a very good skill set. I'm under no illusions how tough of a fight this is going to be, but I've prepared like it's going to be a tough fight, and again, I'm here for these challenges.
Have you been assured, or are you viewing this as a number one contenders fight?
Yes, I am viewing it as a number one contender fight. I feel like I've been told the winner will be fighting for the title next.
And then this is, in a year, this is your fourth fight, just over a year, your fourth fight in Octagon. Do you really see Octagon as your home and somewhere where you're going to be for a large part of your career, if not the rest of it?
Yeah, I love Octagon. I've loved being a part of this organisation from the very start, and I feel like this is my first chance to show myself on a European stage. The last time I was in Slovakia, I was playing for Wales in Bratislava, and I scored for Slovakia. So I'm back here. This is the first time I've been back since, and to be able to do that for Octagon is great. I'm looking forward to the fans going to be there tomorrow, the energy. I've got over 70 people coming from the UK to watch, and I've got fans from Czech Republic coming to watch who have got cystic fibrosis. So for me, it's a special occasion, and although it's me v Zumagulov tomorrow, it's much bigger than that. Like, we're doing something special. And to be able to tell that story and promote it and take on tough challenges and tough fights and go head to head with someone who's been up there with one of the best in the world, that's what it's about, and I'm looking forward to that.
Spot on, mate. Thanks. Good luck. And for Zumagulov, after this fight, is it all eyes on the belt? Is that your only thought process?
Ну, если честно, я не хочу забегать вперед, да. Отдаю должность своему сопернику, да. Соперник у меня очень опытный тоже. Я считаю его сильным бойцом. Да, и я его уважаю, не хочу забегать вперед. Все будет после боя.
To be honest, I don't want to go that further. I know my opponent. I respect him. I know that he has strengths. Let's see how will be the next fight, and then we can speak about it. Thanks.
Thanks very much. Jack, Roussel was quite animated at the weigh-in. Is that something you were expected, and how did you kind of deal with all that sort of carry-on?
Yeah, it's just to be expected. Some people like to get in their own zones for fights, and I go my own way, so that's how I dealt with it, really.
Is that something we've seen him do that before? Were you kind of prepped for that, or was it a bit of a shock when he?
No, not really. It was in front of me, and that's how I dealt with it there and then.
Top man, thanks, Jack. And one for the promoters. First event since the historic Frankfurt card. Have you seen any difference in the way that you guys are being treated, or the attention that's been placed on the promotion since Frankfurt?
Yeah, 100% sure. That's a huge difference. Like recently, we have been on the big conference in Monaco, which is regarding the TV rights and so on. Everyone who is important from the TV rights business was there, and it was completely different story. Like year before, like everyone knows about us. They want to meet us. They want to talk about us, and yeah, it's a big difference, and we see it everywhere. Actually, even if you talk to the sponsors. On every field, really. Like it's a big thing, even home in Czechia, Slovakia. everywhere where you go, people know about it, they hear about it, and it's super nice. That was what we want to do, like to send a huge wave to the Europe that we are here and we are doing a great show. We have great fans, amazing fighters, and this was it.
Thank you very much.
Ja mám ešte otázku na promotorov. Pôvodne mal byť na
Question
tejto
for the
karte
promoters.
Marko Novák.
Originally,
A jeho
Marko
zápas
Novák
sa myslím, že
was
presunul
supposed
do
to
Otvorený.
be fighting here,
Takže bola
and
v
his
hre
fight
aj
was moved to
otázka,
the O2 Arena.
Alebo vôbec.
So was there a
Jo, Marko nechtěl
talk
zápasit.
of a rematch? Well, Marko didn't want to fight Radek Roušal,
A
if
že prostě
I'm
nechtěl jít
not
vlastně jakoby do
mistaken.
jiný váhy.
And he didn't want to
Žádný catchweight a
switch
tak dál,
weights
takže,
or a catch weight.
Se to posouvá někam, no.
So
Je
we're
možný, že jdou
postponing
ale
it
ještě to nemáme
maybe
jasný.
to the O2 Arena, but we're not sure about that yet.
Ešte mám otázku na Karola.
One question for Karol.
Si v 66 teraz. A
So
si
you're
idete ten
in
weight cut a
66
plánuješ tam
kilos.
akože aj ostať a teda
Are you
pokúšať
okay
sa aj
with the
o
weight
titulové
cut?
šance?
And are you interested in the title? Yes, of course. I have the highest of ambitions. So last year at O2, I had catch weight 68 because there was an injury to my opponent. Cutting weight was excellent, actually. I wasn't expecting it, and I feel great right now. I'll get a good night's sleep, and we'll see tomorrow how I feel. But yeah, until now, I didn't really have to cut weight. I was at 70, and all I needed to do was skip a few meals. But this time I was very responsible in my preparation, and I really paid a lot of attention to my nutrition. So I'm very happy I made the weight cut, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Otázka ešte na Romana Paulusa.
Question to Roman Paulus.
Ty si na váhe nastupoval ako hitman, je to tvoj
At
nový
the
nickname?
weigh-in,
Roman
you
Hitman
came in
Paulus?
as Hitman.
Môžeme sa takto čakať?
Is that your new nickname, Hitman?
Nevím, asi nie.
Well,
Dal som si okuláre pre štýl.
I don't know. I put on some glasses just to be more stylish. But I didn't even plan it all that much. I just put on some glasses. Yeah, it was stylish. Yeah.
Aspoň ma super neprečítal.
At least my opponent couldn't just read my eyes, you know.
Kolega?
Tak ja by som mal Ondrej Šváňa, Max MMA, ja by som mal otázku pre Kulmalu, že ako vníma zajtrajší zápas,
One question
ako
for
vníma
Kulmala.
svojho supera.
How are you looking at your tomorrow's fight and your opponent for tomorrow?
Hello everybody. I think Roman is a good fighter. I think we are a good matchup for each other. It's going to be an interesting fight. Roman has a hype and I have a legacy, and let's see which one wins.
A mal by som ešte otázku na Karola Ryšavého, že...
One more question to Karol Ryšavý. You said you felt amazing. So how do you imagine tomorrow's fight is going to go? Well, I think it's going to be an up-tempo fight. We'll try to win our own game. I'll try to put my hand in it, and I hope I'll deliver some kind of finish before the limit. But we could go all the way. I'm well prepared and I'm ready. I want to show an amazing performance for the fans.
Was glaubst du, wie wirst du mich finishen wollen?
How do you think you'll finish me? I'll leave that for tomorrow and I'll surprise you.
Das werden wir sehen.
We'll see.
Kimura. So maybe Kimura.
Kannst du gerne probieren, komm ruhig auf den Boden mit mir. Das ist kein Problem für mich.
Yeah, you can try it. We can go to the ground. No problem.
Uvidíme, kam to pôjde, ale Kimura na hlavu, to bude
Well,
taký prvotný plán. Tak
the Kimura to the head was the plan. It might not work out though.
Okay, někdo dá jaký další otázky? Somebody else?
Any other
then we will
questions?
Switch to fighters. Do we do stare down? No? Okay. Okay, so we will switch to fighters. So thank you.
Octagon MMA is taking Bratislava by storm with its electrifying November show. The Slovakian legend Ivan Bukinger will face his fears in the Slovakian capital in the form of the Namibian Nightmare. Hafeni Nafuka is one of the most talented European fighters, a 21-year-old rising star and the body and soul of the new generation of MMA. He has promised to finish the former double champion right in front of his home fans and send him into retirement. Two of the biggest names in Octagon that are known for their legendary fights and former title challenges in a clash of the welterweight division. Mate Kurtesh versus Apollo Silva. The beloved Prince of Bratislava, Robo Pukac, is getting ready in his hometown to take on the finisher, Amari Diedrich, who always welcomes the battle. The winner of Season 3 of Octagon Challenge, Karol Bombay Rishavi, is aiming his arsenal of bombs at Gioni Palakai, who has a string of 4 wins and steamrolled Islam Dulatov. Stand-up fighting versus on the ground. František Fodo has been with Octagon since the start, and his grenades have wiped out many men. Will they work against Damian Lapalus, the former champion of Bama and the black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? The winner of Season 5 of Octagon Challenge, Paulus, is set to fight against the unforgettable Finn, Elonen Kulmala, who is returning to Octagon after a 2-year break. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Octagon 63, Bukinger versus Nafuka. Buy the pay-per-view and enjoy the tournament from the front row at octagon.tv.
Tak, ještě předtím, než se dáme do vyprávění s dalšími bojovníky, tak staredowny a jako první za Finsko Elonen a proti němu domácí Roman Paulus. Třetí zápas zítřejšího večera. Na hlavní kartě se představí on the main card. Will start Aaron Aby. Oh, Aaron is not here. No matter what. Against him will be Mr. Zumagulov for the very first time in Octagon. So we are waiting for Aaron. Is he coming? Yeah, he left. Okay. So thank you anyway. And also we will see this fight on the main card. Rishavi against Palokai. A poslední zápas, last but not least, we still have the only Irishman, Mr. McGuire, against Ruchi Rochal. Yeah, it's gonna be intense. Čeká nás hodně zábavy. Rochal versus Maguire. Noví kamarádi. Tak, děkujeme moc. Tohle byly staredowny prvního kola. Víc přátelštější podání ruky jsem ještě neviděl. A můžeme vesule do druhého kola. Kdo má první otázku?
Now let's begin the second round of interviews. First question.
Tak budem to zase ja, Marian Lotoš, Spordeska. Buky, otázka na teba.
Buki, question for you. Your tomorrow's opponent is great at his ground game. Have you adjusted the way you prepared for him, or did you just do it the way you always do? I'm ready to go to the ground anytime. There's no need to prep in any special way. I like fighting on the ground, so I'm ready.
Otázka na Ivana Buchingera. Ivan,
question for Ivan Buchinger. You've talked a lot about the KO almost 2 months ago. Did you and your team talk about the options for tomorrow? Would you try to go for the same thing? We didn't talk about anything like this. Whenever I got this offer, and I know that it was very fast after the first fight, I did not hesitate at all. I knew that I was going to say yes. Even if they called me today and told me, hey, do you want to fight tomorrow, I would still say yeah. It's just in me. I have the fighter spirit. I love fighting in Bratislava. And they keep giving me really good fights. And, of course, the audience loves me. Question for Lapilus. You were the only one who didn't make weight. Was there a specific reason for this? Was it because you had not a lot of time?
Bonjour, tout d'abord, je suis très content d'être ici ce soir à cette presse conférence et de pouvoir combattre demain soir à l'OKTAGON, qui est une très belle organisation. J'ai malheureusement loupé le poids de 600 grammes parce que j'ai été prévenu que la semaine dernière, quand j'ai commencé mon camp forcément, c'était une opportunité à ne pas louper. J'ai accepté le combat, j'étais un petit peu lourd. Mais voilà, j'ai essayé de faire au mieux pour pouvoir me rapprocher le plus possible du poids. Et maintenant, j'ai hâte d'être à demain soir.
You just say, hey, hi everybody, I'm really happy to be here. Unfortunately, I didn't make the weight by 600 grams, but I've been, I received the call like only last week, so I did everything I can and to come here and make the weights, but I'm ready to go anyways, and I'm gonna show you what I can do tomorrow night.
Samuel, MMA fanatik, otázka na Fera Fodora.
Question for Fero Fodor. Are you concerned by your opponent's doping history? Because some of his wins were turned into losses afterwards. I understand the question. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. I don't care about that at all. I think that his performance is going to be just the same. I think he's got the same qualities that he would otherwise. I don't care about any doping in any of my opponent's history. I don't think it affects his performance that much, so it's fine. Question for Robopokac. Your opponent changed quickly, shortly before the fight. You were supposed to go against Truszczyk. How did you switch up the way you prepared for this fight? I didn't change anything. It was just such a short time beforehand, so there was no time. So no, I didn't change anything. Question for Mate Kertész. Congratulations, you have just had a daughter. Is that going to motivate you going into this fight?
2 weeks ago. It's special motivation for you on the fight?
Could you repeat it? Sorry, I didn't listen.
Congrats, you became a father 2 weeks or
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. So congrats, and it's extra motivation for the fight right now. Something like this.
Yeah, I would say it's absolutely. Give something special for a man. To be father. I can't really tell it's how it feels.
Thanks.
Otázka priamo na Kertésa už.
Question for Kertész. Everybody's interested in your fight. It's going to be interesting because you're both very active and stand-up fighters. Can we expect any shootouts tomorrow, or will you keep to yourself? Will you keep calmer?
Hogy aktívak lesztek holnap álló harcban?
I would say my opponent has really got, the mile in him, so it definitely will go, we will try to do our best to get the advantage on each other. So honestly, I wouldn't say it will be in a stand-up or a grappling fight.
Hafeni, this is a massive fight for you against a legend. Do you think that a win here would make you one of the biggest stars in European MMA?
Zu 100%, auf jeden Fall. Ich weiß, er ist hier in Bratislava ungeschlagen.
100%.
So, ich respektiere Buki
I know that Buki hasn't been beaten in Bratislava, and I respect him as a person and as a legend. But tomorrow, it's not going to be about respect. Tomorrow, I'll be a killer. I will show them my killer mode, for sure. Even though I'm smiling, you'll see what's up.
And just one other thing, we've seen you've had some back and forth on social media with Shamrock. He said that you refused to fight him. I was just wondering, first of all, if that's true, and secondly, what you think of Shem as a fighter.
Ich sag euch so, wie es ist. Ich scheiß auf Shem. Der kann mir höchstens die
I'll tell you what it is. Fuck Shem. He could be my shoe cleaner for what I care. Yeah, he's a good fighter. I can't say that he's shitty, but let him clean my shoes for real.
Thank you. Amari, one for you. Puchak is a main event fighter. We saw that against Youngbirth. He fought in front of, I think there was 20,000 there. Do you think if you beat him, you put yourself right at the top, you're the new main event guy for Octagon?
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like my style itself sells fights. I don't think it's down to who's been a main event or not. If we beat him, maybe we can become the main event guy, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I feel like my style speaks for itself. I feel like fans want to see a style like mine. They want to see forward aggression, which is what I bring no matter who the guy is. So if we keep building our name, it can be done, you know, no matter who the opponent is. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, in your last fight, we saw you knock someone out pretty brutally. We also saw you break the referee's arm. Are you planning on doing that again tomorrow?
Is he here? I don't even know if he's here, you know. For that, I didn't mean to. I don't know what happened there. I don't know how he dislocated his shoulder or whatever. But the knockout, to be fair, I didn't even think I was going to knock out Roman because I don't think he's a guy that's ever been knocked out or finished. So the fact that we went out there and finished him in that style speaks volumes. You know, he wasn't a muppet. He's someone that had 70 Thai fights. You know, he's one of the best strikers that's come out of Slovak. So that, I don't know, what we did to him is good. At the end of the day, I'm trying to plan on doing it again. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not a disrespectful guy. I'm respectful to all my opponents, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go in there with bad intentions. You know, he's going to do the same, and I'm just going to try and do better than him at the end of the day.
Thank you, mate.
Ondrej Švaňa, Max MMA, ja mám otázku pre Bukiho.
Question for Buki.
Naozaj taká si legenda, ktorý
You're a legend in this sport. You aren't easing off the pressure. You keep fighting. So what keeps you going? What motivates me? Well, I don't know. Nothing. I just want to fight and I just want to keep winning. That's the motivator. I know that tomorrow I will be motivated so much by the audience who will be rooting for me, and I hope that it will show in my performance and I'll get the win. That's what motivates me, because I'm still good at this and that I want to keep doing this. So that's about it.
Ešte by som sa spýtal zároveň
Question for Robok Pukač and František Fodor. Tomorrow you will be showing off against your home audience. Are you feeling a responsibility to perform well? That's hard to say, to be honest. Not really. It's been years that I've been doing this, and I know the audience. And you keep changing and evolving, and I don't feel any pressure. I just feel the pressure that I put on myself. So I just focus on showing what's in me and putting on a good show. As for myself, it's the same thing. I don't like all these labels, you know, because I don't like when people say this is going to be hard because it's in Germany, it's going to be in Bratislava, it's going to be hard for a different reason. I just like to focus on the performance, and I think every fight, no matter where it is about what happens in the cage. I'm looking forward to, of course, having the home audience. I'm looking forward to my walkout. Looking forward, I'm glad that making weight was easier for me. So that's about it. It doesn't change based on the location. Question for Nafuka. Where did you think Ivan is the most vulnerable? I'm not sure. He's good. He's a good striker. He's a good wrestler. But I'm ready for anything. I'll beat him standing up or on the ground. Me too.
Ja, ich warte auf morgen, auf dich. Ich auch. Ich will ja schon am besten morgen ist jetzt gleich.
I'm waiting for you. Can't wait.
Ivan povedal, že si verí na teba v postoji, že či si dá s ním teda nejakú takú prestrelku v postoji.
Ivan said that he believes in himself as a stand-up fighter. Do you think there will be some sort of a shootout?
Also ich sag mal so, zu 100% nicht. Er wird mich nicht ausnocken können oder sowas.
100%.
Und ob es Stand-up-Kampf wird, das ist mir egal. Wir können ringen, Boden,
I don't care if
Stand-up,
it's going to be a
wirklich egal,
stand-up
ob
fight.
er mich
We
ausnocken
could
wird oder so.
fight in stand-up, we can fight on the ground. I don't care. He's not gonna knock me out.
Ja mám ešte otázku na promotérov. Je toto
Question for the
jednorazový
promoters.
štart Lapilusa, alebo to
Is
záleží od výkonu,
this
alebo ste podpísali zmluvu?
is Lapalus part of the team for sure, or is this just a one-off fight?
Ešte ma zaujíma teda, či zajtra
Well, we
padne
have a
definitíva
contract.
ohľadom Carlosa Vémola.
And will
a
you
O2
tell us
Areny.
tomorrow if Carlos Vemola will be fighting in the O2 Arena? Yeah, tomorrow you'll see what our next plans are. We can all look forward to some big plans.
Tak jo, ještě někdo? Somebody else?
Any other questions?
Ešte mám otázku pre Leandra Silvu.
Question for Leandro Silva.
Zajtra zápas.
What are you expecting as far for your fight tomorrow?
I don't expect nothing.
Leandro? Okay, thank you.
I'm sincere.
We have one more here.
One more here?
Here, yes, from the German Instagram community. Question to Hafini. Under 4 weeks ago, so less than 4 weeks, you were fighting. And how do you feel? How was the afterwards of the fight? How was your body feeling? And how are you going into this fight? What mindset?
Ich fühle mich gut, auch wenn ich jetzt gerade vor kurzem gekämpft habe. Und ich bin für alles bereit. Ich habe auch
I did have a fight recently, but I'm ready for anything. And I did say I'd love to fight right away, so let's do it. I don't care if it'll be a stand-up fight or a wrestling fight. I just love fighting and my body's ready all the time. I was born to do this. Tomorrow in Bratislava, this legend will be killed. I'm sure of that.
To Buchi. Our community, there were some comments about the age difference. What is your take on that?
Akože určite tie veky
Oh, for sure.
za sebou, by som povedal takto.
I'm pretty old by now. I could be his father, not gonna lie.
Ja si myslím, že
But what I think is this, I don't think it'll play a big role in the cage.
Lebo hovorím, že niekedy
Because, as I say, sometimes when you're in training, I perform better than 23-year-old guys. So it's going to be a no problem situation for me.
Okay, this is it. Then thank you. We will do the stare down, Pavel, please. Počkej, stare down. Oni jsou tady? Ne. Tak jo. Pojďme tedy na to. Jako první přijdou na váhu z hlavní karty Damien Lapilus po dlouhé době zpátky v OKTAGONu. A proti němu samozřejmě domácí František Fero Fodor. Další na řadě next on the stage Amari Didrik. Jeho další zápas v OKTAGONu po tom, co dokázal posledně Birminghamu knockoutovat Hromka a proti němu bratislavský princ Robo Pukač. Hlavní předzápas, co-main event, former 2 title challenger Apollo Silva from Brazil and from Hungary, Mate Kertész. Hlavní zápas celého večera, main event of Octagon 63 from Germany, Namibian Nightmare, Hafeni Nafuka. Youngest man ever in the main event in 21 years. A proti němu legenda, against him one of the legend Slovakian MMA, Ivan Buki Buchinger. Děkujeme moc, že jste sledovali celý den a zítra v 18:00 na oktagon.tv se na vás těšíme na Oktagonu 63 nebo samozřejmě stále ještě v aréně Typos. Hezký večer.
Octagon MMA is taking Bratislava by storm with its electrifying November show. The Slovakian legend Ivan Buchinger will face his fears in the Slovakian capital in the form of the Namibian Nightmare. Hafeni Nafuka is one of the most talented European fighters, a 21-year-old rising star and the body and soul of the new generation of MMA. He has promised to finish the former double champion right in front of his home fans and send him into retirement. Two of the biggest names in Octagon that are known for their legendary fights and former title challenges in a clash of the welterweight division, Mate Kertész versus Apollo Silva. The beloved Prince of Bratislava, Robo Pukac, is getting ready in his hometown to take on the finisher, Amari Diedrich, who always welcomes the battle. The winner of Season 3 of Octagon Challenge, Karol Bombay Rishavi, is aiming his arsenal of bombs at Gioni Palakai, who has a string of 4 wins and steamrolled Islam Dulatov. Stand-up fighting versus on the ground. František Fodo has been with Octagon since the start and his grenades have wiped out many men. Will they work against Damian Lapalus, the former champion of Bama and the black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? The winner of Season 5 of Octagon Challenge, Paulus, is set to fight against the unforgettable Finn, Elonen Kulmala, who is returning to Octagon after a 2-year break. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Octagon 63, Buchinger versus Nafuka. Buy the pay-per-view and enjoy the tournament from the front row at octagon.tv.